What's up, comic fan? Welcome to the new Comic Book Day haul video for those comic books coming out March 23rd and 24th. We got our DC, we got everybody else. We're gonna dive right into those books and some news and an upcoming video right after this. So thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment down below. You know the rigmarole. And let's get into the comics. But first off, we got some news. Don't know if you heard, but Marvel is switching distributors to Penguin Random House, I believe. So no more Diamond. It'll now be through Penguin Random House. How that changes things? Well, that means a lot of comic book shops now are going to have to order through, I think it's Lunar, Penguin, and Diamond. So there's going to be, shipments are going to be coming from all over the place. May cause a few hassles, and it's probably going to increase the cost of shipping to your LCS. So hopefully those rise in prices don't get passed on to us. All right, so let's move into the comic haul. We're going to start off with just a little book I picked up. I posted this on Instagram. These are the kind of books I like to spec on, by the way, guys. So if something pops in the future, I paid, basically nothing. Instead of chasing and the fear of FOMO, I'm going to pay less than cover. So I got this for 20% off cover. It's from We Live, and even if it doesn't pop, this is a really cool story with a really good, with really good art. And it's definitely worth a pickup. So even if it doesn't pop, I'll just give this to somebody and be like, hey, you need to read this. So this was We Live by the Miranda brothers. It was a 5-issue series. Really cool story about the ending of the earth, post-apocalyptic type deal. But like I said, awesome art, awesome writing. And this is the third print of We Live issue 1. So I thought I'd pick it up. Low print run, scarcity, really good buzz with the story. Everybody seemed to like it. Just the kind of things that might be picked up. I think it's one of those stories that has a chance to be picked up by somebody somewhere. So I thought it was cool. All right, so let's get into the books. We're going to start off with the indies. And I did not have a chance yet to read these. So we have Once in Future, number 17. I still got to read 16. But Kieran Gillen and Dan Mora continue to do an excellent job on that. I just love the covers too. It's just a really good series. So I am all about getting into that, but I'm still catching up from previous weeks. And then we got Scumbag. This is number 6. This is another really fun series. Rick Remender he's just having a good time with that book. And Ben Gull is doing a really good, excellent job with the art on that. So I'm looking forward to getting into that. I'm also an issue behind on Scumbag. And then we have the Berserker number 1 foil of the Raphael Grandpa cover. I don't know if you can tell if it's a foil or not, but there it is. But what I wanted to point out was in the book was an insert from Boom Studios. And if you are Something Is Killing the Children fan, this is right up your alley because I don't know if you read that, but it says, did you love Berserker? And I think it says your next book should be Something Is Killing the Children. Turn this card over to discover how you can get a free issue. And then if you turn it over, it's got these instructions on how to get a free issue. Basically, you got to buy Berserker number 1 and 2, then bring that proof of purchase to your store, participating store, and they will give you a free, I think it's now it's like the 7th printing of Something Is Killing Children. So there's a lot of printings out there, but you get a free issue of Something Is Killing the Children if you buy your Berserker 1 and 2. And I don't think it needs to be the foil. You just have to have the proof of purchase that you purchased both issues 1 and 2. Alright guys, we're going to switch off the indies and we're going to get into Marvel. And by the way, it's really good to be back doing these reviews. The last 2 weeks I was so busy. I did live shows and I love the live shows. I'm going to go back to doing the live shows because I like connecting with you guys, and I gave away a ton of stuff to the guys over at Whack Comics and lots of other people. But where was I? I'm just getting into the books. But yeah, it's good to just get back to reading the books and reviewing them. So here we have from from Marvel, we have the Amazing Spider-Man number 62. He's in his new suit. It's a temporary suit, but he's with Boomerang. You know, I keep waiting for Spider-Man to wow me. It doesn't wow me, but it's good. I like it. It's got a nice tone to it. The art's pretty good. So I'm not gonna crush it. I'm not gonna kill it. It's good. You got Gog. Gog is back. I don't know if you remember Gog. It's a giant beastie that they've been keeping as a pet in a smaller form. You got Kingpin in there. It goes back to the Kingpin story now. Trying to get the tablets. Read it. I don't want to go too far into it. It's good. If you like Spider-Man, you like a little derpy Spider-Man, it's a fun read. All right. This has been a fun read too. Savage Avengers, right? And this is issue 19. Jerry Dugan. It has just the right blend, kind of like Marauders, of comedy and, you know, strong action. This is a King in Black tie-in, by the way. But this seems to be like a really cool vehicle for Conan the Barbarian to like introduce him to the Marvel universe. So I think right now that book is doing an excellent job at that. Savage Avengers, worth the read if you like Conan or you just like some hack slashing kind of superhero fun right there. All right, next we got Carnage, Black, White, and Blood, right? Did I say that right? Black, White, and Blood, yeah. It's a little anthology. It's not my favorite anthology comic of the week, but this one's a cool anthology. This is the Gleason cover. I think this is the D cover. So that's a webhead variation. So as we know with ASM 55, Gleason started his webhead variants, and this is the Carnage version of it. And there is a Venom one out there, but I believe that was a store exclusive. So I read it. It's cool. It's a lot of different stories about Venom. All the artwork is done in black, white, or red. And did I say Venom? About Carnage. And you know, it's cool. It's not my favorite anthology comic of the week, but it's cool. It's worth a read if you're a Carnage fan. If you're not a Carnage fan, I wouldn't pick it up because it didn't interest me past just learning a little bit more about Carnage's history and his psyche. All right. Last up from Marvel, we have Alien number 1. This is the In-Hyuk Lee cover. I think it's the best cover out there, cover A, but there's so many dope covers out there. Gleason actually did a pretty cool like head sketch cover too. My only complaint would be that the I think it's the 1 per store variant or the 2 per store variant is basically this in grayscale. This is already pretty much black and white with a little purple in it. So all they did was like lighten the colors and take out the purple. Oh well. But I still think this is a pretty dope comic. If you are an Alien fan, I would definitely dive into this. Otherwise, it's cool. It's a good sci-fi book. The artwork is it's good. I wouldn't say it's the best things I've seen out of Salvador Larroca, but it's good. It's excellently written. Kind of feels like it's cinematic in a way. So short premise is the chief of security on a space station is coming back to Earth. His son's part of a movement against the company that runs that, and it's been a while since they've seen each other. There's some tension there, so it's a very dramatic story in there. Also, the dad's dealing with, I'm gonna guess, some PTSD, so he's seeing a psychiatrist in there who's basically I'm not going to give too much away because it's a character that I think you've seen before if you've seen the movies, but artificial life form. And yeah, it was good. I'll definitely get issue 2. I don't know if I'll keep going past that, but it's a good series. And I believe there is I'm pretty sure there was a cameo appearance of the Alpha Xenomorph in this issue, so that's like a first appearance or first cameo. So it's a good book, and if you're an Alien fan or a sci-fi fan, pick it up. All right, we're going over to DC. We got Teen Titan Academy number 1. It's a good book. It's good. Red X doesn't really make an appearance in this book. There is a mix of some stuff that happened in Future State and Infinite Frontier number 0 in this book. But it looks like it's going to be a fun book. If you like Strange Academy, this is very similar, right? So you got school, you got class, and you got a bunch of guys trying to become Titans. So this is a fun book. I'd pick it up. It looks like it'll have a lot of growth in it. A lot of new characters should come out of that book. Seems like a fun time. Next up, we have another anthology series. This is Batman Black and White. This is issue 4. And I really like these. I picked up a few of these. I think the art's really good. Those are all in black and white stories told, all Batman stories involving everything from his like detective work to his personal life to his villains. But if you like short stories about Batman with A-list comic talent, like Chip Zdarsky's in there, Becky Cloonan's in there, I would definitely pick that book up. It's got a little bit of everything you would want. Last up of the comics of the week, we've got Batman Detective. This is 1034 by Mariko Tamaki and Dan Mora, who also did Once in Future. He's one of my favorite artists out there. He does really well. He does really excellent work. I really like what they're doing with the Batman, right? So he doesn't have a lot of money. He's living in the city now. He's got like these neighbors who are very nosy. You know, they're like trust fund babies or guys who are not quite as rich as he used to be, but are rich. And he's got to deal now with more of a personal life than he used to have, plus being the Batman, plus not having all that money and all the tech and all the toys. So it's a really good spin on the Batman. I think Tamaki's doing an excellent job writing that Batman, and it's the most I think I've ever seen the Batman try to be an actual person was in this issue. So I really enjoyed it. I really like the spin on Batman. I think Detective's worth a pickup. I almost dropped it a few months ago because it just felt like a side piece. It wasn't like part of the main Batman universe. This feels like more of a social Batman and part of the Batman universe. So I like it. So I'm going to stick with it. Detective drawing me back in. Mariko Tamaki, excellent job. And Dan Mora, great job on the art. All right. So that brings me to the read of the week. Since I didn't read any indies, I can't pick any of those out. Honestly, it's a small week. There weren't a ton of books. But guys, I think I'm just going to go with two Batman books. Boom. I think Batman crushed it this week without having James Tynion on the, I always say Tynion. I've been calling him that for like 7 years. Tynion writing Batman. Like, here we go. Boom. Batman books that are also awesome besides for that Batman self-titled run. All right. So that's all I have with these, Comic Fam. These new books for the week. But I will give you a preview of my next video. I'm going to be unboxing one of these What's in the Box Torpedo Comic mystery boxes. Woo! Stay tuned for that one. The grand prize was a X-Men giant size #1. Got the card right here. Oosh. So that was the grand prize. I'm pretty sure, spoiler alert, pretty sure if I won the grand prize, you would have seen it on Instagram by now, right? Maybe. All right, Comic Fam. So that's it. Remember, Marvel's switching distributors. These are the new comics that I picked up for this week. This isn't all of them. Haha, #3's out there. Don't forget about that. That's coming in the mail for me. I'm excited about that. Awesome covers on there. So, Comic Fam, do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to go finish reading my comics. I'm going to go finish this video so I can get this out to you next week. The next video from Cup of Comics. And, peace!